Library Leadership and Management Sustainable Stakeholder Approach Method, Liz 707. Introduction to Methodology. The focus of this research is to educate about sustainable stakeholder approach method, key components of social responsibility, organizational needs, and environmental changes in a holistic perspective. Sustainability as a concept in this research should not refrain organizations from investing in stakeholder and organizational development. The practice should entice organizations to use sustainable resources as a means of user and environmentally friendly practical integration methods of the social responsibility perspectives. Traditional management methods depend on hierarchy management pyramid where upper level leaders create a leader and subordinate relationship. The sustainable method identifies all levels of the pyramid as stakeholders and those outside the pyramid as out of network stakeholders. This method promotes social responsibility as a basis to organizational success. Overview. Clearance deals, free tote bags, free books. What you want to know is that these are all examples of organizational development. Organizations at various stages need to part with older methods to make space for modern development, and there's work to market these strategies to members and stakeholders. A key to organizational development is promoting the value of knowledge, because the truth is, everyone wants to know the value of sustainability. Changes are inevitable in any organization because time nor modern innovations stop. In retrospect, everyone loves change, but the economic ramifications make changes unwelcome. Therefore, the sustainable stakeholder approach method is developed by understanding its key components of social responsibility, organizational needs, and environmental changes. Social responsibility. Social responsibility should be an ethically applied concept where everyone takes a social role in working towards the success of the organization. One step stakeholders can make is obtain knowledge in efforts to reinvent their roles for the needs of the organization and understand the community ecosystem. A primary goal for the stakeholder is to learn about those they serve. At the heart of the community ecosystem, the library provides service needs. The services are led by staff, members, and volunteers with the main focus on core values and disciplines. To the right, we have the design thinking process created by IDEO. It's a three-part process starting with inspiration, ideation, and iteration. Something to think about is, do you remember the last time you were part of a design thinking process? Try to remember a, a project you started with a team. Organization needs. Establishing knowledge, training, and stakeholder strategies creates an environment of built-in leaders. Stakeholders can see gaps in the organization and identify organizational needs. They want to look they may want to look for efficient ways to organize work routines with an informed perspective. Open time slots are a way to listen closely to the needs of the out-of-network stakeholders. Taking the time to listen can effectively understand the user satisfaction level of services. The sustainable strategy combines research based techniques with design thinking strategies. Do you remember the last time you went into a library and someone asked you to fill in a survey? Or asked you how was your experience at the library? Environmental changes. Environmental changes are driven by the environment out of the network of the organization. These changes can be driven by the economy and world events. Changes happen indirectly and directly, and having knowledge is vital to confronting challenges. The changes can be a factor of technology, environment, and cultural changes. The pandemic is an example of how environmental changes can benefit the use of sustainable stakeholder approach. A benefit of the pandemic was creating hybrid environments, opening up former in-person learning opportunities virtually. This means an increase of online networking, and organizations thinking outside the box to adapt to changes. During the pandemic, how many webinars did you attend? Were many of your experiences that were in person transferred to virtual places? Conclusion. In conclusion, sustainability is not just about saving costs, because investing in organizational development is important to stakeholders. Changes should begin in challenging minds to think outside the box by teaching sustainable practices to stakeholders. The benefits give stakeholders an added value and a practical way for stakeholders to use strategies in their daily work routine. The behavior of stakeholders using the strategies and methods demonstrate a successful organization. The value produces prestige and reputation in the field for Atom Network stakeholders to trust. Knowledge, when placed into practice, builds confidence in stakeholders. Sustainable solutions are built on the evolution of human experiences. I hope with the knowledge you have gained with this research, you are more confident to invest your knowledge into your workplace. Please take the time to learn about your organization and their needs in order to be an efficient stakeholder in your community. Thank you. Credits. A special thanks to my instructor, Melissa Bernisic. She is an adjunct instructor at Dominican University School of Information Studies for the support in teaching a valuable lesson about design thinking methods. Stakeholder Management and Social Responsibility Concepts, Approaches, and Tools in the COVID Context, Edition 1. This research highlights concepts in stakeholder management and social responsibility by Ovidiu Niculescu and Cyprian Niculescu. This book emphasizes the importance of social responsibility and recognizing everyone is a stakeholder.